sorry on my delivery, but I am not ashamed on my opinion. No, apparently they were posting something on this white girl named Amy must say voice her opinion. And I say, she don't understand something where when she said she noticed it because when she said she like her man black, right? So she goes out with her man. She said every black woman I get a dirty eye. So so that woman your friend, my boy. All right, that way.
Yeah, I'm listening.
You remember a brown fat dude who used to hang on the science block? Socially awkward, bruh. Very socially awkward dude. Yeah, I know that shit vague. I can't see what talk about, but me send you a
That
picture.
sound like
Me send you a picture. But you know
Cool.
him because
what do you mean by social?
the dude never talked to nobody.
It's like my friend.
But the only difference is
I didn't talk to him. They.
he was so smart that his arrogance was really annoying to me. I guess. But I mean, right now, I'm not even sure if that man even has his own balls for his wife to think she can talk to me like that. So I was like,
The
of
comments.
course he saw that shit.
So how long was this comment?
No, she posted it tonight, and I responded tonight. For
So
sure.
how you know he ain't see it
Anywho, make sure make she know say me not shame for my opinion. Me say my delivery may be wrong, but my opinion are wrong. Me say, and for your information, the post I can relate to the post because I have a close friend who made me know about what going on in life. That's why I can relate. Me say, if you have a problem with people's opinions, send it directly to who you want to see it. Don't post it publicly. Expect say everybody is going to be in agreement with your fuckery. Sorry, I know saw you up.
yet? It's over. About, she said something about the white girl.
No, it's something about Ray, like she said, why black woman hate against them one another. And like them I list out a few things. Him post something, but all right, how do I put this? You know when a man realize him bite off too much more than him can chew, and
Mm-hmm.
now the real person who him really might step out, you realize, oh shit, I've screwed myself.
Yeah.
That's a dog stuff, Flex.
But
Let's
when
see.
I met her, she seemed
Yeah,
like a bossy one. Like not
that's a
really
problem.
bossy, but like
Ready to
Yes,
start now?
she showed you. She
like
showed
a
you who.
hype girl.
She showed you who she
Why don't you
was.
guys kick off cause my face still want iron.
Yes, sir. Then go look pretty. Then go get pretty, sir.
When she said she argued, she always got a cat.
Bro,
That's a,
I can't take
that's
it
a
seriously.
problem.
You do that.
That's a problem. That's a
I can't take it seriously when I see you do that, man. You would.
eh?
No, no, we better talk.
Oh,
Okay. Alright, kick me off here, man. Come, let's see me go stop laughing now.
so I think
All
so.
right.
Ready.
Welcome back to another episode of Controversial Topics. Good night, good evening, good morning to all our listeners across the world. Dario, Doc, our usual host,
Mhm.
Bradshaw.
Eh,
We're here tonight with
next one.
extended version of um relationship we are going into. We were asked to go into a few. Why this man beat up himself? We
Yeah,
were
so
asked to go
the
into
man
a
is trying to
few.
be pretty. You know, here.
Eh,
We were
Okay.
asked to go into a few episode topics for tonight. So Dario, would you like to go over the topics? Or... Kick it
No,
off
but
for us.
Yeah. So yeah, we were trying to avoid this topic, not because we hated it, but we just didn't want to. We didn't want the pendulum swinging back this direction until maybe like summer or later in the year, because relationships, they are as much fun to talk about as they are to be in.
Amen to that.
Let's all laugh
That is
together.
true.
Um. So yeah.
oh hell no. Poor.
First topic or the first talking point, going through
Water.
Mhm.
Oh, hell.
uh modern
I just
women
feel it
versus
now.
traditional women,
Oh,
Oh,
modern men versus traditional men,
oh,
right.
fellas.
Oh, hell.
and
And you really have to move.
how it is that
Mhm.
most women want to have a traditional marriage, yet they still have a modern mindset. Let me. I'm sorry. Did somebody just scream?
My wife, but continue. I mean, she's
Yo,
far,
sorry.
but
Did you see a lizard
surprising.
or something? Like what the hell? Anyway,
No, he can hear you. Surprisingly, right? That's a good phone. Continue.
If it's not
Just
oh
Godzilla,
yeah.
no
So
problem.
let me elaborate a bit further. With a traditional marriage, the woman is in charge of the house, the man is in charge of the family. She will cook, she will clean, she will take care of the kids, the home itself, the man when he comes home, and the man goes out, gets the bread and provides
huh?
and gives her he
I
gives
run.
her the money to go shopping for groceries, whatever. No, a lot of women want this lifestyle, this traditional lifestyle, yet they still have this modern day mindset where a man is supposed to take care of them, but at the same time they should be
Yeah,
independent
yeah, I completely mash up myself.
because they want to be independent enough so that, and this is just my observation, if or when it goes sour, they can jump ship and they will take half of what the man has because divorce usually favors women. Plus, they will also have whatever money they're working or whatever money they've saved, and you know they'll always be better off. As many men say, this is why a lot of men will run from marriage because they have nothing to gain from it. But let me stop rambling.
Workout.
Let's go to the black supremacist married man.
Solana, this one's aimed at me now.
Yeah, let's start off with you.
Yeah, straight down. Okay. So, what's the question? Pros and the cons? All right.
Mm-hmm.
One pro of being married. Not dying alone. That's one.
Wow.
But
So we're starting
I'm
like
being
that.
honest though.
Yo,
It's
I like that. This
I'm being
man, this one.
honest, people. I don't know why that's offensive. When you're married, you have someone you can relate to, someone you come home to. That's one. That's one pro for me. Daddy isn't as young as he used to be. Anywho, Daddy isn't playing rugby anymore, honey. Yeah, I come there. So, all right. Con. Con of being married. Learning how to share your time. And sad part is you get the least amount of your own time between work, if you're going to school, a wife, and a child. You're the last person in that equation. The shortest person. You are dead last. But
That is scary for me.
welcome to reality, sir. Life is all about trade-offs. I know people don't like hear those words, but life is really about trade-offs.
I don't have no issues with it, but it's still gonna be. Eh,
It's called growing up, sir. It's called growing up. I'm
I ain't no
sorry.
boy.
Oh, I know a lot of people who are in their 20s and 30s and still think they're 17 and 15. So I'm just saying, I know a few. I know a few. Hell, I know one who's turning 30 very soon and still thinks she's 17. I'm just saying.
How are we gonna do this?
Oh, how are you awake? You should be
I'm
down.
running. She looking back at me. Going, so,
Are you
Honestly,
walking with your wife and your daughter?
no, we were all walking, but we were actually trying to put her down. You feel me? But it backfired. Now she's
because it was
awake.
trying to rain and we ran.
So the rain, I know the running. So
The ginger.
we're running and the water touch her skin. So she's like, oh, something's going on. So it backfired. Now she's awake.
And now we trying to run with her.
Rough.
And
And she talk
yes,
about ways.
my apologies. But moving on.
Alright, but as it relates to like, you know, women wanting to be independent yet still dependent on men.
All right, I look at it this way, right? And this might come as much of as a bias to certain people. I want everyone to be happy. I know,
Mhm.
right? It's too far fetched, but hear me out, right? Not you. So here's my theory on the whole. Everyone must be want to be happy. It comes at a cost, and unfortunately, life is about sacrifices. I, I mean, on paper, a lot of people would think, getting married, is it like I'm married now? The game zero, the final boss beaten.
That's the
Everything's on
that's
here.
that is the Disney Channel
Everything's on
syndrome.
here.
Like once you're married, it's happily ever after.
Yeah, and
Just ride off
honestly,
into the sunset, you know?
for a man who's been married for this year, man, 8 years. I've been married for 8 years. I've been with my wife for 12. Um, it's anything but that fairy tale ending. it's it's anything but that fairy tale ending. Um, I won't lie. There are a lot of goods, a lot of perks. You're tired. You want to get a bottle of water. Honey, can you reach out for me? Fine. She's on the. She's using the restroom. Honey, can you reach out a roll for me? Okay. Cooperation. I know, right? It seems everybody is they're still there.
Yeah, man, it's a little man.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know,
we're listening.
you know?
Because only one person missing, but yeah, it's about cooperation. And I know a lot of people, that sounds far-fetched to some people, but I used to grow up in an era where my father wasn't the head breadwinner when I came into my actual, my true self. But what? Before he lost the primary role as breadwinner, he used to contribute 75% of his salary to my mother and the household, like a real man should. Again, he wasn't a perfect man, but he knew enough that my mother never had to ask him for anything. You understand me? That's how, and I was modeled, well, the good parts from that man. I remember one time I come home and my father just got paid. After he paid his bills, he gave my mother 20 grand and just turn and walk away. So I'm like, oh, I say, what that? Is a bill in my pay, man? He said, no. She said, no. I say, father, normally just give me money. And mark you, these people weren't sleeping together anymore by this time. They weren't they weren't living that like when they just hooked up. But what? The principles, the standards. These are the things that I was taught. Well, you know, and I try to explain this that marriage is anything but easy. There's no cheats. There's no easy way of going over those mental, financial, or social ladder bumps just by you know just holding your head down and just keep on moving forward. No, communication is also another very core thing that most people did not establish when them just start out. And I know most people don't understand what that means, but them say to strike up a deal with someone. Um, I mean, I may not have done it official, but the wife and me we kind of was on the same page. Like we came straightforward and told what we expect from the marriage, what what we're bringing in, you know, where we see this going on in the future. These are things that I realize a lot of people don't talk about. Very important things that lots of people tend to, you know, they're pushing love first and then put everything on the back burner, which is actually the opposite. You're supposed to talk about
They want
everything
like a
first
perpetual honeymoon phase.
forever, and it never lasts. It doesn't last. I'm sorry, people. Mark you, the infatuation is beautiful. You can't get enough of her. You can't get enough of him. You know, you're rushing home to come meet her. He's rushing home to come meet you. But then the hard pill appears, reality. When reality sets in, this is where most people fall apart. I won't lie, marriage has to come from a place of understanding before you say I do. That's my personal belief. And I believe counseling or marriage counseling. And I realize this is something that is no longer, if it's offered, it's not offered first before we talk about marriage because marriage wasn't on the table until the pastor met you, you know, for the pastor did his own, you know, spiritual analysis that if you're really mentally, spiritually yoked or you understand exactly what you are getting yourself into. Because again, I'm sorry for this, but marriage, the day they made marriage so easy for people to walk away, is probably one of the worst things they ever did. Marriage wasn't something you marriage wasn't something you easily walked away from. And it was for a good reason too. This is a life-changing decision. You never used to have the option of saying, well, it's been 4 months and I'm not feeling happy. You know what? I'm leaving. You couldn't do that. You couldn't do that. You had to suck it up like an adult and said, this is the hand you're dealt. And how are you going to make it work? And don't get me wrong, people. I'm not saying you're supposed to be with anyone that treats you ill, talks to you foul, disregards how you feel. None of that. I'm not condoning say, oh, you know, if you're married to the wrong person, because it does happen, people. Some of us, the Disney infatuation, the Disney Channel happily ever after syndrome. And believe me, I was a sucker to it too.
Who
I'll
wasn't
be
though?
the first one to raise my hand to say I fell for it too.
Who
I did
wasn't
fall
though?
for it at one point.
Oh,
I did.
come
No,
on,
no, no, no. I mean,
man.
I have to because if I'm going to say something bad about it, I will have to
Yeah.
actually come from a point of reference myself. I used to believe this. Oh, the guy must be so perfect, and 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 the girl is supposed to just, you know, understand where he's coming from, and they're supposed to just perfectly yoked. And I thought all of that was real. Then reality set in, and I was like, Oh,
You were
so all
lied
that was
to.
fake news. No, that's just me.
You gotta open it. No.
Okay, honey.
It's not working.
Oh, it's not. All right. Okay.
I'm genuinely surprised that reality doesn't hit in your early 20s when you actually start dating and realize, say, yo, this fairy tale shit is just
No, well,
Nah.
all right.
fairy
All right.
tale.
Hold on. All right, you know what? All right, sorry for cutting out. You go ahead, Xavier.
No, that's it.
No,
That's it.
no, I was just saying that it's not surprising for me at least because how can I put this?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it's for the better that you learn something, but you don't learn it instantly. What I mean by that is you
Mm-hmm.
see it, but you don't fully understand the ramifications of what it is you're trying to learn. We've all been there where we used to watch all of these cartoon animated movies. We
Mm-hmm.
always see the same crappy ending where everything works out. I can't tell the last time I saw an animated film that was made by Disney where the ending left you wondering, yo, what happens next? It's always the same, everything works out in the end. Granted, some of them are warranted, the others are just complete crap. But for me personally, I think it's better not fully understanding that, hey, life doesn't hit you until a certain point. Because if you fully understand that from a young age, man, for me, I think it backfires, especially for most of these modernized guys, because they're the same one who have started say, oh, yeah, man, I think I really want to go down the route there, and you know how life is. Life deals a fickle hand. But that's just my take on it to an extent, though.
Team Andre, what's up? Oh, I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I gave in. I gave in. Oh, I'm so bad. I'm so bad. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Are we still on this?
You
I
know,
hope not. Yo, I
no,
don't know. It does. It
say,
does. It does felt like it felt so right.
you know,
Even though I was wrong, it felt so right.
I I saw him
Oh, and I
enter
realized.
saw him
The
entering the vehicle.
pettiness.
I saw him entering the vehicle, and
Yo. Hold on. Pause here a second. I don't want to throw us off topic, right? But that way, you're a rugby player, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Do you remember how it felt when we beat Calabar in rugby for the first time in how much years? Do
Mm-hmm.
you know how long we gloated of whooping Calabar? You remember
Yeah.
how long? You remember how much
Hey,
months
listen
that
here. Don't make,
celebration went?
don't make come
Well,
hey,
I'm
man, I
not
said,
bad.
post about in school
man,
now, you
them
know.
talk, make the man them talk.
I'm sorry, sir. I'm
How
sorry.
much years
I'm
Calabar come and
sorry.
run off them all? I'm gonna say my best thing. Yo, on the talk, come on, hear this. I love the drama, you know. I want
Yo,
But the man
yo,
are playing
there's no
the
drama.
team.
No, there is no drama because let me tell you why there was no drama. We never come into that match saying we are gonna beat Calabar. Calabar came into that match and said, KC hasn't beat us in XXX amount of years. And then we took it personal. And then we wailed on Calabar. It was a good fight. But they even went down screaming. They didn't even go down screaming. Oh, good times. Good times. All right, so sorry about that. Where were we again?
I think we left off of my point where I said that if most of most guys or girls understood that Disney fairy tale is not reality. I don't know.
And 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 no, hold
Yeah,
on.
you
Oh,
know, so
sorry.
it's not the fact that they don't know it's not.
Mhm.
It's not the fact that they don't know it's not reality, you know. I think it's a phase where they wish or they hope to have something like that, a perfect relationship, quote unquote.
Well,
Mhm.
If you get
well,
me.
well, already, but I could say the same token. I wish say, yo, half the powers that exist in anime. I wish I possessed some of them. But what? Me know so
Well,
that now go happen because it exists in a fantasy realm. You see me?
mm, well, all
But
right.
Yeah,
I hear what you're saying, Xavier, but you need to understand something. Men we are we are innately, gifted with logic, and society has not given men any leeway. There's
Some
no
some some men, some
we
men have logic.
understand where
Some
you
men.
there's no
I'm
Mhm.
saying some men have logic.
Well,
Some, not I have some people.
well,
Just some.
all right. In the broad scheme of things, majority,
Yeah.
majority, we think logical. Yeah, I'm not talking about the one them who emotionally charged. Them are different. For them thing does unfair for them situation does it never fear from day one. So me understand that. But even so, well then again I was also raised in a time where even if there was no father in the household, the community men, the men of the community would raise you to have said standards because I mean I'm really not sure what happened to society. I was raised where you had respect for your elders. No matter what time of night, no matter what you do. If you see Mass John silhouette come down the road, no matter what you do, even if a marble you play, you stop, you pay respects and make them go on. But again, times have changed because not only were they just your elders, they were also men. They were men. There was no boy, there was no thug. They never exist them time there. You understand me? Men were men, women were women. And I tried to explain this to a friend up here recently. Because when she's like, oh, she don't understand why men want this so-called traditional wife and this. I'm like, may I ask you a question? Do you know how long it takes to train a girl to become a traditional wife? Do you know? All right, let me correct. You know when you start training a little girl to become a traditional wife, she draws an immediate blank. I'm like, normally they start from the age of 5. Around that age, them normally start training them, teach them how to spread bed, clean, cook, you know, how to speak, like a lady, sit like a lady, you know, no, we're nothing short, too skimpy, nothing too revealing. And and I'll say this because I don't know if most women understand this. I came from an era where mystery made me want you more as a man. Now that society has made what I wonder what was underneath so publicly, the interest, the mystery, that, and I won't lie, this came from a place of class. You know, women were raised to have class first, no matter who the man was. There was a sense of class. This was why, and this was where the traditional wife came from. You understand me? Even though, and it wasn't a case that she had to be raised rich. Poor women could do it too, because it was a standard. It was a general standard of raising girls, because girls from an early age were told that if you can't impress your husband, yes, if you can't impress your husband, there's a chance that he will be unfaithful to you or he will lose interest in you. I'm sorry, but there was this old story. I'm sorry for cutting. Anybody wants to go? Let's make this one point, right? There's this story, right, of a lady that lived in my community. I'm not sure if I've said this to anybody in here before, but so she is gorgeous. By Kevin Samuel standards, on my own, I'd give her an 8. Kevin probably gave her a 6, but to me, she was an 8. You understand me? As a man who know what a woman look like too.
Like you said, 95% of what Kevin say at church, the next 5%, yeah, not so much.
Exactly. Yo, no feel away. Sometimes he judges too goddamn harsh. Me I look on one, I'm like, no, Kevin, no, boss, you could have given a better score than that. No,
No,
man.
it's like I
No,
said,
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Even though we're not go back with
no,
us.
he's just an asshole. That's just him, and we have to just accept that, isn't me?
To
yo,
something
people,
when Brad
ladies,
Charles
hold
said.
on. Mm-hmm.
Well,
So
where's our
We asked about traditional women and raising kids. So society
mhm,
change, you know, so you have to expect certain things have to change. That and the
true.
fact that
But here's the problem though, Rajiv.
that's no,
Here's a
well, you know, that's and the fact
mhm,
that they have children and raise children. They get my
mhm,
children, they're going to
mhm,
grow up and know, so yo, I saw certain things to go actually having kids and raising kids. So everything just start break down from there. So them
and
never get the right teaching, and then at
mhm,
their young age, them not experience life, you know. So yo, I know this to go, and I know that to go. So them
mhm,
start teach them kids the same thing when them get teaching because if they have a child and you customer that for the people they day in day out, and that people they don't have say turn 18
mhm,
or 17 or 16 and you have a child. I same so shall go register a child too. So you see where the
mhm,
breakdown come from. So if it starts from the parents, if the parents them teach them child say yo, this is what a female should do or this is
mhm.
what a male should do, then they will start see things like that start come back again.
Mhm.
You get
So
me?
hold on now. Hold on now. So, sir, and you are correct. I don't want to cut you off. He is correct. Before I say another thing, you are correct, Rajiv, as it relates to that. I agree with what you say. You know, um, I just wanted to finish the story quick before we go back on your point. Eh? But so, like I was saying, right? Gorgeous, gorgeous big woman, right? Dresses like a lady, knows how to talk like a lady. She's refined, feminine. She dresses classy. You know, she can, she can, hmm, she can clean. She can wash. She can press. She missing two very, very important parts out of her upbringing. And I think honestly, her mother tried. It's just some woman, and I think that's also something most women tend to don't want to admit. If you can't do it, be upfront. Don't pretend. Men don't like that. If you genuinely can't say you can't cook, speak up front. The worst thing you can do is lie that you can cook, especially to a man who likes to eat. I'm just saying. But the point I'm trying to, food, sir, food. We're talking about food.
oh,
I'm just saying, no pun intended.
oh, I was still hearing hey, as
Sir,
my
sir,
foot
you were scrambling. Sir,
oh, some look
you look like you were scrambling. I'm like, I was talking food. In case, I'm not sure if you heard. That's why I'm weird. I saw you. Oh my.
hey, as me hear that me say, bruh, I have seized
Exactly. That's why I put context behind over cigar. I said it the first dose. These two gentlemen heard, but you will never hear. That's why I had to repeat myself. But
oi, I have a full glass my rush back man.
so anywho, so she missed two very important parts. She wasn't good at cooking, and she wasn't good at effing. Cool. She wasn't good at both. So the
Cooking and
man
what?
brought her back cooking and
Both things are
effing.
teachable, you know.
Okay, sorry.
Both things are
Yeah,
teachable, you
yeah, but you need to understand something, right? This was the 70s, where when a man took interest in a woman, it was a parent's job to make sure say she was truly wife material. And like I said, on the outside looking in, you couldn't tell that she wasn't, she wasn't. You feel me?
know.
But sir, the man brought her back home and said she not ready for this yet. And that experience, that finally, or I would say finally, but to hear a man have something negative to say about her, it drove her insane. When reality finally sunk in, yes, she lost her mind because she couldn't believe that she wasn't wife material. She couldn't believe it.
Doing perfect.
And took it so exactly because again, she spoke like a wife. She dressed like a wife. She behaved like a wife. But you couldn't do two things that the man couldn't overlook.
Oh,
The two things that were missing out of her catalog was the two things the man well want. So he brought her back. And like I said, reality sunk in and it drove her insane. She isn't dead. She's quite alive, but she
Not,
never came back.
yeah.
She still talks. She still talks petite and Andre, is that you? Oh, you look it's so long. All right, I'm going to get my tea now, okay? A tear goes. I mean, I know it sounds funny, but a tear roll out of my eye when that
Oh,
actually
trust,
when she talks.
trust me, this is anything but funny. Right about now, this is just utter.
Oh, man. And remember,
Ah.
this was in the 70s, people. This is this is the 70s, and remember, after that happened, other men came, but the first reality check she got, she couldn't come back. Men were willing to take her, not being able to cook and mediocre effing. Men were willing to at least take that, but she couldn't believe it. I know, it sounds très bizarre, but a lot of women are going to. This is about and this faith. And forgive me for saying this all out, but a lot of women who refuse to look at themselves in the mirror and be honest with themselves first that they are missing things because she looked like a wife. I would have married her in my, you know, if I knew I would have married her. Or the way she carry herself, but and by the way, the only person that told her she was great, she was fabulous, was her mother. No man in the household.
well, her mom isn't going to be the one marrying her, so
And yeah, well, her mom thought she did a great job. She thought, but
Bruh, you see that the
uh,
end, at the ending of one video game where you know say the boss as bad as him be, you know, so emotional. Bruh. Ah.
I'm sorry, bro. No, I'm
Yo,
sorry, but
yeah,
this time,
yo, I first me ever feel on a podcast are so emotional and uncomfortable. Like, good job, Bradshaw. No disrespect, me
but
rate that much, but
it's
damn.
real though. But it's real though. That's the part where I think is hitting us too as men. And
Honestly,
I know
honestly
some.
though, honestly,
Mm,
honestly, I don't
mm-hmm,
feel anything like where that same feel because
mm-hmm.
in this case, I blame the mother. The mother should have been upfront and real with that. Say, yo, you need to learn to do this, and you need to learn to do that. If you didn't tell her that, guess what? None of this gonna
Yes,
happen.
but you need to understand.
So,
Yeah, I agree with you. But the problem is women don't know how to be honest with women most of the times. Unless this is a woman
so
talking to her child, and
you
you are
ever,
right.
you ever,
You are
you ever
right,
hear the
Rajid. I
saying
get what
said,
you're
rip
saying.
off the band-aid
You
because
are
it heal
right.
faster?
But, mm,
Eh? Yeah, man, just
no,
rip off
hold
the
on,
band-aid.
hold on.
Just rip
I
it
hear what
off.
you're saying now. I hear what you're saying, and I get what you're saying. Comes on back to accountability. Our mother, our mother couldn't tell her, and her mother held that on her heart till she went to the grave with it. So grandmother is gone, and she's there.
It, it
Mm,
come it come right back down to what me didn't say, oh, the parents them not teach the children them the right thing, then guess what them
yeah,
grow up, don't know exactly what to do.
adult
Like them
children.
if they're not
There's a
smart
simple name
enough, if they're not
called
smart
adult
enough to
children.
learn and know say, yo, this is what we're supposed to do, then it has always feel like this. We have a society where females and
Uh,
males don't know the
mhm,
role they need to play in a marriage or in a relationship.
true,
You get me?
true. And let me even up about the scale now, Raji. I have a friend. I won't call his name. Although he doesn't watch them things here, so even I call him not, he doesn't care that much to want to. This is boring. If it's not about a dance move or somewhere where the club is popping, he has no interest. But let me explain, right? And Rajiv, I hate this because if me tell you you're going, it's gonna work right back in I'm fine. But anywho, right? Yeah, he scores another one. We can't, at least I'm admitting it, but this man is 26 years old. He's actually 29. It's all the woman I thought alone changed them age. Oh, I know this man is 29 years old. And this, do you change your age too? Oh, you're one of them too.
We're done.
So how old, sir?
Man, I changed them. We're done. I'm sorry. I'm leaving. Night, guys.
The dude changed his age, and I'm like, wait a minute, weren't you like 26? Like a year, 2 years, like 3 years ago? He's like, what you talking about? I was 23. I'm like, no, I'm pretty sure you were 26. So the long and short of it is, when you go to halfway tree, when there used to be a limelight, this man used to open limelight and close limelight, even when limelight stopped carrying the swing. Why? Because his ideologies is to look rich means you're important. He rather look rich than actually be rich, to the point that his mother spoiled him. It's Raji point coming, His mother spoiled him so much that this man gets $1,000 or $2,000 every Friday, and he gets $1,000 every Saturday to go halfway tree. And wherever the wind may blow him, that's him. And I'm like, your life isn't healthy, sir. If you do find a wife or a woman, how do you explain that to her? Because you clearly don't see the importance of settling down anytime soon. Oh, if I find the right woman, if I find myself, you're a man. You're supposed to see something you like by now. You're 29, I'm 26. No, you're not. You know, if you like to go back and forth with a grown man, I tell you, say, you don't know where you are. Grown man, then. Grown man, I tell an next
The
grown
man,
man. So he don't know where
the
you.
man, the man
I don't know
trans,
what
the man
marriage
trans
mean.
age too.
You know, so that
Oh
boy,
my God.
you know, so that boy, yes.
Go easy, Chad. Go easy, go easy. Go easy, go
I'm
easy.
gonna go out on
Yeah,
a
then
limb and ask: have you ever
I'm going to
suspected that
say,
he might not be of the heterosexual persuasion?
Hold on. Repeat that. Repeat that.
well, well, who was that aimed at? Me?
No, but just want Daryl to repeat it because I know so when I answer, I'm going to give a direct answer. Can you repeat, please, sir, and stop smiling like
Have
an
you ever
ass?
suspected that young man is not of the heterosexual persuasion?
Well, yes, yes, it crossed my mind, but this is how I know he's just childish. He's straight, but he's childish.
as me said, the man not childish, the man trans age.
Man,
Leave the
yo,
man
fuck
alone.
your tone of youth.
Oh my God! So hold on. When
The
this
man have me combing my hair at midnight.
good for you to keep you awake, good man. But anywho, yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, this guy is turning 30, stuck in a delusion that his mother put him in, and I have to agree with Rajiv on that. Parents, and this is how she did it. When his father died on the job, she fell into a depression, and instead of seeking help, she did what most black women did, or most black people do. Them internalize the trauma, And then them say, nothing wrong with me, nothing wrong with me. And then press on.
But that is not black people alone. That is people in the world.
Well,
That is literally people in
well,
the world. Because
all right, hold on, Raji. Out of all race of people, which one goes to therapy the least?
Black people.
Thank you.
well, me not
Hold on,
argue
I'm not
that
done
point.
yet.
You never
Hold on,
find
hold on, I'm
this.
not done yet. I'm not done yet. I'm
No,
not done
Rajiv
yet.
can't argue.
Which,
You nice.
well, I'm gonna ask my next little question. I said, which race? Well, I said, which race of people, if you bring up any form of therapy or psychology, shoot, you cannot say theology and then take it, them things say, oh, nothing wrong with me. Me not mad. But that's not about, yeah, they could everything that relates to doctor or getting someone else's viewpoint on how the way you're living your life, especially to black people. You know, I'm not crazy. I am not.
Bucky.
I don't know where this trauma. I don't know where this trauma defense come from. I know grown people who are going to die because they choose not to want to admit, say, you know, something could be wrong with me. Dead in them ego because they don't know better. Because what? Going to the doctor to say, Doc, I think something's wrong with me, makes you weak, makes you look inadequate somehow. I try to make sense of the foolishness myself. I really do try. But it does not adding up. Just not adding up. But the home I try. Because yes.
You ain't gonna say. You ain't gonna say because why are you so silent? Eh? Oi. No, you don't know. Me understand. No, me understand. You see, Dowie, at least Dowie can admit it. This is that tall marker boy there, Rajiv. Him, I remember the same night we asked him about this. We asked him about it. I said, so Rajiv, such and such, would you not attend a therapy session? And I said, no. I said, okay.
You would not take
In
you
my
would not take an hour?
opinion,
Oi. Yeah, all right,
in my
you know.
humble opinion, going to a
Oh,
therapy
sure.
or therapist is a waste of time and waste of money. In my humble opinion, I can handle my own emotions and trauma when I've been doing it. I don't want to waste $1 million talking to somebody who come on and tell me, say, oh, this is what a trauma is. Like, bitch, you know, say that I'm a trauma, I'm not here to tell me that. Tell me how to fix it. So, me just do it for myself. What me I go waste some money for?
So
That is my
so
humble
Good
opinion.
OJ, my friend. Some good OJ.
well, I know. So, so we well doctored up, friend Rajiv. Clearly, you are a doctor, you know,
No,
because
no, no, no. No, no.
no,
That dream went down. That dream went down the drain when I broke my hand. So no.
well on a clinician. No, you not sleep. You sit down there sleep. No,
Good.
you're rocking it down. You know it. So the children water for him. Hello, sir. You can stay awake with the conversation here now. Yes, yes, my man. Yes. And open the eyes, open your eyes and show some on your eyeball. Moisturize the white part. Yes. Anywho. So, all right, back to what we were saying already. I am not perfect. You feel me? I know I am flawed like everybody else. So when I, who for years like yourself, tell myself, say, I know what's wrong with me. I know what's wrong with me. So yeah, I know what's wrong with me. How can't I fix it? No matter how much I try, I can't fix it. This is why you need a clinician. Mark, you know, I'm not saying that you don't know what's wrong with you, or you don't know how to piece it together. That's why they get the job. That's why they went to school for. You act as if the person who's going to tell you what to do never went to school for this, or have no life experience and know what you go through. Mark, this is why I'm saying the
Yeah, that's
person
what
who is a clinician can't be your friend.
but this is why I don't take advice from person who me know not sense. My inner voices will
Right
talk to
about
me and
now,
I'll talk back to
Rajiv, you
them
go for a
and
man
I'll
versus
know what
wild
to
yeah, man.
do You get me?
I hear you though. That's
If you go
where
for a
I'm
man
coming
first
from.
as well.
Rajiv, big man thing. But Rajiv, man, I tell you, the only reason I haven't been to therapy yet is because me I try to look the cheapest one up here. You think therapy are
Honestly,
yard expensive?
in all honesty, I've
Mm-hmm.
That's
tried it.
also a
It
next
just
barrier
it
for
just
black
never
people.
work out. You
They
get
don't
me?
want to
Yeah,
spend
It
the
just
money.
never work out for me.
I have to acknowledge that. I won't lie. It's expensive in general, but there are the few that if you can that you're willing to like negotiate with them, tell them that you'll be a more frequent patient. I mean, I believe a deal can be struck. It can be, especially at Jamaica and I like up
But
here. So you understand at Jamaica, which mean you can reason. If a man say a 15,000 feet, what reason go down to all 10? You understand me?
As
What we
me
done
say,
yeah,
take
one
long?
session a
rugby is
month.
rugby. That is my therapy.
Huh?
Rugby is
Yeah,
my
sir.
therapy.
Yeah,
But yeah,
man.
Every Saturday,
kind of
every
gone off
Saturday,
Yeah.
topic.
rugby is my therapy.
Yes, doctor. Yes, Doctor Raji. But yeah, that's another way.
Dr. Rajiv can diagnose himself all he wants.
Man,
He can
yo,
never stop his overthinking,
yeah, man.
among other issues. But anyway,
Just like we said the last week in the video call, the man they on survival mode 24/7.
Yeah.
anyway,
Oh. Uh-huh.
we want to go back to, and for this point, kind of bias where I'm kind of picking on the women
Oh Lord.
again.
Uh-huh.
Cause we kind of stray a little bit. Cause we would talk a bunch of stuff. Where again, women
And
want
so,
a traditional man, and they want to be a traditional wife, yet they still have this modern day mindset.
Them for name Sagicor. Benefits them a look.
You know, in a nutshell,
that's
that's actually a
not
pretty good explanation.
yes. Unfortunately, yes. Marco. All right. You want to know something funny? I asked the girl, what do you consider marriage to be? I know all she could tell me about was yes, the
What a
ceremony.
man's supposed to do?
No, the ceremony. That's her definition of marriage.
Wedding.
She couldn't see past the wedding. She couldn't see. She couldn't see 15 years being beside this man, 4 kids. You know, we struggle to feed everybody, but what? We're happy together. She can't see that. She couldn't see that. All she could see was the ring, the gown, the flowers, the bridesmaid, champagne, the big Lexus out the back, the plane flight to Tahiti. That's all she was describing. And I'm like, wow, it sounds like it's only you alone I get married. What happened to the man? Oh, he's there. He's my husband. I'm like, cool. What me here said, nothing we had to do for your husband, so far you've already described everything what you all get. And men look at that thing, love. When men hear you talk like that, I'm like,
Red.
look like look like
Red
you love this
flag.
What
ceremony.
what
Red
what what
flag.
what what will, what will take place when the wedding done? When the
Oh,
honeymoon
I
is
asked.
done?
I asked
What will
that
take place
question. I
after
asked
that?
that question. Her response was, "He's going to take care of me."
Her ultimate.
Those were her words. I was like,
I
Oi.
see.
Her ultimate form is going to be unleashed.
"Hey, hon, oh, you see that, sir? If you see something.
Cause,
All right, and
You
what is
see,
she going to do?
huh?
Oh,
but you
oh,
see the
oh,
thing
oh,
is,
oh. That's be his wife. It's his job to make sure that she. Well,
you
oh, it's my pocket.
see the whole
I,
thing
as
about
as in, as you
female.
were alluding to,
Oh,
Just give him a
here you
minute.
go.
So, Dario, the question you have for traditional woman and modern day woman. Well, the modern day woman and traditional role.
That was it.
Modern
Oh,
day women nowadays, most of them only want a man where rich or quote unquote have it. So when them get married, them know them all right and them good. You get me?
And
So
there's nothing
them not
wrong with
the
that.
No,
I'm not
no,
saying
There's
anything
nothing
nothing
is
wrong
wrong
around.
with
with
it,
what they
No,
want,
No,
But
no,
I'm
none
I,
not
of
saying
that.
anything
but
is wrong with
again,
it, But the thing
when
is,
a man
if
is going to be
if you
taking
go
care of your life, what is he taking care of?
no, but if you go get married with only the man
It's not.
things that are the wrong
It's not
reason.
just you're not just his
Women know.
child or a project. You're an investment.
All right, hold on. All right, let's say she marries said rich man, Zine, and she wants him to give everything to her. We know most rich billionaires aren't exactly the most standalone relationship types. Can she mentally handle the fact that he's going to just be not going to be faithful to her? Because let's be real, most men, whether through temptation or just because it's their nature, as Bradshaw alluded to, are not just going to stand by, especially if they have sense and realize, oh, this woman just there to use me things. Oh well, I'll find a loophole around that and just use my brain around it. Then, if you
Mm-hmm.
understand what I'm trying to say.
Most
So,
rich men would have
But you see,
rather sign a prenup. So I mean, he can cheat all he wants.
yo, why? Yo, ask you a
hold
question
on.
before we
Because
continue. Before we continue,
go ahead.
why is a prenuptial agreement like the kryptonite to women? Like I want to understand. Yo,
Because
we need
most, as I say,
well,
Because
most of
hold on,
them don't go
because
into
No,
the marriage.
it has to do with the topic.
Most
What
of them,
does
most
she
of
well,
them
have
go
to
into the
offer, or
marriage.
what is it that, or why is it that she's getting married?
Yeah,
I
but
won't
them,
lie. I won't
most of
lie.
them go into the marriage
That expression,
knowing that
that expression
if
have
them
been.
left,
Oh, sorry. Let me talk.
I'm
Yeah, go
saying
ahead.
most of the females when they hear prenup, them decide say them not get married or them make a big deal out of it. Them go into the relationship, them or them want get married because they know say if them left, them other have something fall back on, them not have no plan and nothing. So them
Mm,
going night they basically as a safety net, nothing else,
mm.
them not love the person. Them just look for a safety net. You get me?
But honestly, it it bothers me because this is why I don't believe in the whole married at first sight or what's that expression go again?
A 90-day fiance
I
thingy?
you before them song they help destroy the world to hear. No feel no way. I'm sorry. I love the song. It's a good song. It's a good song. I'm not hating the
It's
song,
good
but
to dance
the
to, it's good to make
message
babies too, but that's about
hurts.
it.
Yeah, and see
Huh?
the funny thing is, people are gonna say, oh, if a man decides to, oh, him gonna do a prenup, that means that him don't have the intention, say, oh, the marriage are go end or whatever.
it's
No,
complete bullshit.
him not having the
Yeah.
intention, say, it
Yeah.
go end. The man
It
just want to
is.
make sure, say, yo, you're not there for taking money, because if
Yep.
me grew up poor and me work my way to being a
Mm-hmm.
billionaire. And then at
Mm-hmm.
them time that one bag of woman around me down. Of course not gonna take steps to ensure say yo I know my money after. If you can sign that
Mm-hmm.
prenup with no problem and married me and say you love me. If me dead before you basically have everything you have because my will go dead. If
Mm-hmm.
two of we grow whole and dead at the same time you live a damn comfortable life and you're happy and we love each other. So me not see the
Well.
point.
Mm-hmm.
Me not see where the man I go say yo sign the prenup is him the saying that yo are in an intention him have the intention to leave with her breaking up with her in the long run. No. Man just have to
Well.
protect himself.
Well, because society has only been mitigated to look upon things from only the woman's perspective, unfortunately. You know, when a man makes certain comments like this, we are misogynistic. You know, we are weak men. We fear women. And, you know, I say to most people who have
No,
viewpoints like that, I'm like, well, all I would say to them is either you were never a man, one, so so you can't relate to what a man has to experience. I had to word for word sit down and explain to my wife all the pressures that are actually on my shoulders as a man, especially a traditionally raised man. So he's like, "Oh, I didn't know it was this serious," and I'm like, "Exactly, because your TV show don't tell you about the man side of the story. It only
No, which
tells you
is
about
which
the
is why
woman
I
side
like
of
to
the
play fences. I was
Oh my
supposed to
God.
take an excerpt from it for this topic because when when the male protagonist was telling his wife why he cheated
Mhm.
on her. I mean, he was just basically literally explaining he was spending all this time taking care of her, taking care of the family. Like he totally forgot about himself.
Mhm.
And when he's with the side chick, it's like I don't remember the exact words. As I said, I didn't write it down. But when he's with the side chick, it's like he found a piece of himself that he had forgotten years ago. And it
Mm.
was never a case where his wife did something wrong or anything like that. It's not their
Exactly.
fault. It's him. We said that
Mhm.
straight up. And not
Right.
him in not a bad thing, but he just felt the marriage and the family
Mhm.
and everything became less of a safe space or less of it felt less of a home, like
Mhm.
less of a home and more like a job.
Do you
And
want to
when
know
he
something
was with
funny?
the side
Oh,
chick, I
sorry.
think her name was Alberta, he
Mhm.
felt like him. He felt free. He felt heard,
Like a man.
acknowledged, alive.
A man.
Literally, yeah.
Yeah. So about that, right? I had to actually have a conversation with my wife about that because TV told her that, all a man needs is just, his
Food
wife,
and sex.
him. Yeah. They never told her that he needs space. Like he needs space. And it's not optional, it's a necessity. And it goes both ways. There'll be days when she wants her space. And I have to honor her requests and leave her alone. And I won't lie, at first she was against it. Why do you need space? Why do you need space? We say, so I don't
Ah,
kill you. So I don't kill you. I think I said that once to her. Like, so I don't end up killing you. Or do something I might regret. I'm like, don't take it the wrong way, honey. I'm saying this out of love. Who tell you say a human being need 100% that even she said that her one word. She knows she couldn't take 100% of my attention. She couldn't manage because it would have become overbearing to anybody. Even who said
True.
them want their attention would I get annoyed by it eventually. That's reality. Am I lying?
No. This is
No,
why
she
men
Space,
literally
spend,
told
I
me.
space
think,
is need
what was it, like 70 hours a
every
year
relationship.
in the bathroom just for space and peace.
Mm,
In every relationship, space is needed. No matter what, space happening because even if you sit down beside each other and one do not one thing, we consider that as having space. You get me? Because one not give
I
each other on a full 100 attention, right? So
consideration.
it ever come a point in every relationship where you ever need time to yourself,
And
regroup,
oh my
get your
God,
thoughts together, and
like something to consider
refocus.
though.
You get me? Because if me ever get somebody attention 365 days, right? Me go get annoyed, like I get really annoyed.
That's
So
it.
you just had attention day in, day out, so like just give me some space. Let me relax. Right? And then
Yeah,
we
I know.
can do whatever we want with again. You get me?
I'm
Mhm.
convinced when men try to explain this not all women. I don't want to be that guy who say all women is guilty, but most
Yeah. Even,
most
even I had to learn to stop saying that.
but most modern
Yeah, we're
men and
not going to be like most, like some women and generalize and say all women, guys.
Yeah,
We're
oh,
we
better
can't.
than that, guys.
no,
And every woman
I'm
is
not even going to just say the women alone because men are guilty of it. But you see,
yeah.
most modern men and most modern women, whenever they hear the term "I need space," I don't know why automatically everyone just assumes it's the worst thing
You're
ever.
cheating. Yeah, they assume the worst. You're cheating or you're
Let
doing
me
something
let,
underhanded. Because
all right.
my wife thought that at one point too. Why do I need space? Are you doing something you're not supposed to? I say, question. Do you watch TV 24/7? She says no. She turns it off eventually. I said, then who tells you say a human being needs another human being around them 24/7? Who tell you that? I say, look at this. COVID has caused more relationships to end than anything else. COVID has COVID has caused a lot of people who have been married for years until
COVID,
them realize they're stuck in the same house for like 20
yo,
odd days. Then them
COVID
realize who them really
king
been
simp.
with.
COVID became king simp
Oh
over
my
Derek
God.
Jackson.
More relationships have ended thanks to COVID-19 than actually made, yeah? More single mothers have been created thanks to COVID-19 too. Believe it or not. That's all I'm saying.
No,
I
but
just
like even Abam Preach actually spoke about this in a video, something similar to this, where a guy was asking for relationship advice because he's saying he doesn't think he speaks to his girlfriend enough.
yeah. hmm
And
I,
like
I
they asked him, so do you have something to talk about?
nope.
He said no. I
And
was
that's a
like,
problem,
bro,
people.
like stop overthinking.
No,
If you
all
That
I
don't have to
is a
talk, shut the hell up. You can watch TV, just laugh about one thing and then move on. Like you don't have to talk 24/7.
hold on before you
You can
talk
just
about
enjoy each
hold
other's
on,
company.
hold on, Dario, hold on, hold on. Even I have to, even well, let me explain something. Even I have a problem with that one. Yeah, communication shouldn't be 5 words. Communication should be at least 10, 15 minutes. Come on, people. We waste more times on our phone on the toilet. You tell me say you can't waste 10 minutes just to be human?
no,
Oh
but
my
here's my
I
thing.
mean,
Hold on
no,
before.
as in no,
All
no.
right,
All I'm
finish
saying is
first.
communication. All right, enough people overlook that word a lot. Communication also helps you to know if you waste your time with this person.
oh no, I
People
don't think no, that's not what he meant.
know how communication really is. Yes, or no?
I don't think that's what he meant. Like when he was spending
Oh,
time with his girl,
mm-hmm.
like they're actually together, but he just feels like they are too quiet around each other, and they should be like chatting 24/7 while with each other more. And as in, it's not they're not dating, they're actually in the relationship for like a while now. It's not like the
Um,
first week
there,
or something.
there's a name for that. It's called time. Time. Because and then people have this reality. Even though that word is used to like to drive a harsh, but it's not always harsh. Remember, people, when that girl or that guy was in your head, oh my God, the things you did to he or she, am I lying? The things you thought he or she would have done to you, am I lying? The things you wondered what that mouth do, like the black American. I wonder about that mouth though.
Hey,
What's
I
up with
will
that mouth though?
clasp my hands and
I am
close my
just
eyes, and
being
I will
honest
say,
here.
yes,
Just being
I'm
honest
guilty.
here.
Senpai.
There you go. And I also am human too. My wife said she was guilty too because she had her expectations too about certain things. And when we finally lived together, she's like, hmm, you do that. And I'm like, yeah, is that a problem? Hmm, I didn't see you as that kind of person. We didn't live together. Then the ball game just start for real. You know? No, it really start because we're living
Hit out
together.
of the park, home run.
Yo,
No, but
yeah,
like it
yeah,
was a
but
case where he was just
yeah.
overthinking still. It's like you're spending
Oh,
time together. You don't have to talk the entire time that you're spending together.
No, but
And they
here,
were
no,
I think they said they were watching TV or
I've
on
actually,
their phone. But
no, but here's my thing. You're not speaking about stopping, finding some way to stop an economic depression or to solve world hunger or to save the
so
planet. So what
they're just chilling.
exactly is there for you to talk about? What is so wrong with silence?
You
Dario,
can chill in.
I've
You can
actually
be
said this.
pass
together
a
in
second.
Yo,
silence.
Pass a second. All right, hold
I've
on,
actually
Raji.
said
Pass.
this
Dario,
before
how does it feel like
in
you we are talking about? Sir? Is it just
No,
me? I feel like you we are talking about. I'm sorry, I really never want to go there. But the more you talk, it's like you defend this somehow. Am I the only one who notice
No,
this?
no,
It feel like you defend the point here more than regular.
no. I'm trying to explain that
yo,
I think
as
you're
me I say,
misunderstanding.
Oh, I was confused for a
as me I
second.
say,
You sound like you defend. I'm like,
I'm
why so
No,
saying
man.
worried
this.
about
No, man. You
this?
misunderstand what he's saying.
Oh, okay.
It's not a
Sorry,
case
boy.
where they were trying to work out something in the relationship. As it's a case where in them just chilling, but he's overthinking and think that they're supposed to be talking while chilling. Like he just
Oh,
cannot enjoy the company.
no, the man is
If he
trying
finds
miscommunication.
something wrong, enjoy her company
Social
in
media.
silence.
the man is
I,
trying to be
I, I blame
captain.
social media for that one there. Because I
The man
used to
is,
witness my father,
Yo, I
I do
said
him
this
thing,
already, you
and
know.
my
I said
mother
this
do her
already.
thing.
No,
yes,
I
already.
said
especially
this
I
already
think
in a
I think
podcast,
his girlfriend is
and
an introvert, and that was another thing. So he
And
was
he's an
overthinking, and he
extrovert.
just in his head he's like, "We're supposed to be talking, but we're not talking. I feel like I'm not doing enough, and I'm feeling insecure." And he's now overthinking, and it's like he's asking Abba and
there
preach
you
like,
go.
"What can I do to talk
I
more?"
said this in the previous podcast. I said
Oh,
this in the
maybe
previous
yeah already.
podcast. I said this before, and I say it again. See me, come live with me, and do different thing. You get me? On the outside, when you meet up, I wanna look at one link and two link and everything, alright, and just sit down and make chat and eat food and then she go yard and you go yard and everything all Gucci. And then
Mm-hmm.
boom, when they say, "Oh, we gonna live together. I wanna live together." Then time gonna see the problem. And then time
Yeah,
the colors them start change and the pet peeve them start
Yeah.
come out. And at then time
I
I realize say
I
yo,
realize that people bird stink too. And you
yeah,
know, and
and then
everything with
ugly
upon
when
their
them wake
face
up
real.
and them
You
ugly when
understand?
them
And
wake
boo
up.
boo boo in their nose and matter and yeah.
Yeah,
Just
and them
like
parts stink and them food
everybody
stink.
else.
yo, hold
Just
on,
like
Mm-hmm.
yo,
everybody else.
what TKO? We are
Yeah.
go for TKO. There's a baba women and a coat.
I'm not
So
fighting that.
so yes when that start happening now, yes when that start happening now, then it up
Yeah.
to you to decide say yo, really love that person. I'm gonna say that person or I just infatuation and it now go work out. You get me?
And let
And at them time the
I do
most I saw most relationship, most serious relationship
Mhm.
end because guess what? They move it together and then realize yo, that person here, every time you take off your clothes and show it there so she always tell me
Yeah.
to do this and tell me to do that. You get me?
Oh God. Yeah.
You get me? So and
As
then
someone who's
them
been
things that start
somebody
come out
is
now.
my yes. Occasionally I do face that like, why did you Andre? It's like right there and it's on the counter. Why did you leave it right there? So I was still at the counter. I didn't walk away. Well, I mean, you could just turn and put it in. I mean, why did you have to leave it there? I'm like, I was
God
going to put
bless
it in.
females who
I was going
stand
to put it in there.
rugby men
You know,
and
I was
them
still
You
using
get
the
me?
counter.
and
So
saying,
I didn't move yet.
so things like that no.
Hey,
You realize
does
say
Uh-huh.
yo, it's
Racha
not
and
gonna work out,
Rajiv,
you know. It's not gonna work out.
Mhm.
Since you guys are married or quote unquote married, respectively,
Well,
I
me, I don't know about him. You know me, married. We
no, I
continue.
said married and quote unquote married respectively. So
We're
you
Let
married.
me
He's
out
quote
fun.
unquote married.
Let me at you out fun. Come again, bring the ring, come show you.
But yeah, like
She put
this is
some money
something
in it.
I do myself as a man. I think most men do this. And I saw a video
Okay.
about it. I thought it was funny, but I wanted to ask: does your what is are your wife or wife adjacent cool with you putting stuff in the sweet spot? Meaning,
You know what?
sorry, this is the American term for it. We just have like a chair or a ottoman where the clothes isn't dirty but not 100% clean. So we throw it on that hassock, that ottoman, that chair in the room or that section
Mm-hmm.
in the room, so we
Brother,
can wear it again
honestly,
later or tomorrow morning or whatever.
brother,
Like,
honestly,
has that been an issue with you guys in relationships?
I take
No.
my clothes and fling it anywhere now.
Yeah, because you have germs.
Like, if I no, alright, they say I come in, if I come in, I'm extremely tired. If I come in, I'm extremely tired. I
Sure
take off my
this.
clothes, drop right in the
Oh,
room, go bed and come lie down. Nothing I take up until I'm on.
Hey, right about now, you're a woman supposed to glad to know rugby now keep, because I can just imagine NCC I go,
my
hey,
God.
brother, right about
God.
now. She just have to say, Rajiv,
Yeah.
why this over here for?
So
Why
what
this
about like, so Bradshaw, what about like using a cup and you leave it on the counter or you put it in the fridge because you plan to come back and use it again later? Has that been an issue?
Oh, well, yes. Yes, but yes. How it becomes an issue, right? This is how it becomes an issue. So I use the cup. I know in my head I'm going back to said cup.
Exactly.
She comes in, sees said cup. Why is said cup here? Because I mean, why is it here? I'm coming back to said cup. Why you never just bring it with you? Because I'm coming back to said cup. Why would I bring it if me I gotta go back to it? Make that make sense? Well, I just think, you should just walk with said cup. Why?
Why
Why
would you
when it's
walk with the cup though?
hold on. Why would I walk with said cup when it's right where the cup there, me I go use it? Wouldn't I seem stupid walking with the cup in my hand? And marking, me I go use both my hands. So I'm gonna put the cup in my pocket. This is where logic
These
and
women
emotion
need
make no
Jesus.
sense. Oh my God. Again, and by the way, Raji, my answer what you just said about marriages. The man about the fool here. You get up and decide say you want to stay married after a couple of years, go down the line here. People get up and this whole euphoria, love, and all that nonsense goes through the window eventually. Reality sets in, and then you have to make that decision. Do you want to stay married to this person? Or do you want to gamble out here with these wild, unpredictable people who 1 minute they're just over you because you change your
Me and Doc
hairstyle?
can tell you it's rough out here.
That's great. Brother man, I would me tell my wife, me don't know how she gonna if she gonna give me one and me, she and the man are there. I mean all left. You laugh. Me, she and the man are there. God help her. I say hello. Miss I'm go further. Me go further. Me say hello. If you not do your job, it's me, you, and the thing on the side. Say hell, if you want, if you want to get
Yo, I'm gonna
first
make a good
names,
request to because
well on a
somebody
big
has to go
well
cut
on
on me. No
well
one
on
of
a
me.
big man, well on a big man, well on, let me explain. For social media chop off me off my body. Let me explain. The point me I try to get at, right, is that a lot of people don't look at marriage long term. Cool, both men and women.
Yeah, and
Some
look at marriage
men,
until I get annoyed.
exactly. And some people don't understand the reason why those marriages that lasted 30, 40, 50 years, 60, 70 years, for those who live that long. How you think marriages like those survive? And most people can't answer me. It's really not that difficult. People were grown. They know that the whole Disneyfication never exists back then. People never get married for love. And I can use something that everybody who have Netflix watch must watch at least one show about royalty. If you have even this, I mean, if not going a history book, may I use something we know everybody watch. If you're going on most of them show you from Game of Thrones go down
Therefore,
to Queen of Scots, go straight across the board. You only got
Bridgerton,
married for hmm?
Bridgerton.
You originally you originally got married for duty. You got married because it was your human obligation to bring in the next generation. It wasn't seen as a chore. It was seen as something to be proud of. You should have been proud for no say you helped bring in the next generation. It wasn't seen as something disgusting or somehow be ashamed of. But what? It took 12 of you to bring them in and bring them up to move in that because what? You learn the lessons from your life out on the land. This is where most of the story. This is why culture is going to die in Jamaica too. Even though I'm not trying to go there, but in general, a lot of countries' cultures are dying out because of phones and tablets and social media. Oh my God, I never want to go there, but it's a reality. Women are glued to their phones. Men are glued to their phones. People don't even. Have you ever been around a group of friends? And after the initial EL and wagwan rugby, yeah man. So that we wagwan. Boy, you know, so I still play for sharks. So you look one Dowie. Dowie don't leave him head on now. Dowie in him phone. My talk, you know, we are here wagwan, you know. Dowie not leave him head. And this is become a normal phenomenon now. So normal that people in Norway, they literally make stoplights that are low to the ground because what? Most people head bend down on their phone so when they walk. People in Norway walk out and get hit by cars. They get because they're not looking up. This is a sad era. The other day, me and a Spanish man in a Walmart a reason. Iron board surfboard. I said, boy, I said gone are those days when we used to go outside and meet her one. We didn't even have to play. Just to say, what go on that way? People don't want to do that no more. Up here so worse. Up here so worse. But I mean, I am fretting. I'm really fretting. Some people might call me paranoid or oh because you know what? This is a legitimate fear, people. China, Japan, and Korea, their their populations are dying out because of a first world way of thinking. Something for centuries that has never been a problem. People have gotten so picky thanks to social media. Some people, even the ugly people, them feel like them have a right to tell people what them want. What? I'm not bashing anybody. You can want what you want, but when it reaches a point where you're literally telling people that you are not better looking than that, they're not up on your level. What?
You must be this good looking to be on this level, first of all.
My dear, my potted plant outrank you in terms of looks. How dare you? How dare you? Bright and face enough food. Who is you? I'm sorry.
I'm say this. I'm
sorry.
yo.
I'm sorry.
That are the controversial topics.
Hold on.
Come on. I'm clipping that.
Oi, don't you dare. Oi,
Yes,
this will be the last time you heard it. You want me to be the last time we come for this thing? Play with me. Play with me.
Yo,
I'll be on the queue no.
cut that.
what,
And send it to me.
brother?
Put it on the IG
Boy.
page.
Hello. Pass yes. Which part of yard? Raji, which part of yard you live? That's why I know want to live. We know it's a
It's
Portmore, don't
Red card, sir.
Sunshine City, Portmore.
This is for Bradshaw.
Can't miss.
we? Yeah. What that mean?
Red card.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Mm.
hold on. So let me get this straight now, Bradshaw. So hold on. You're giving this ultimatum that if this video is posted, that you are going to come for the eye. I understand.
Not you alone, sir. Not you alone, sir. It's gonna be a group effort. A very big group effort. A group effort. I mean, if
like
I'm
John Wick
friendly,
and that man
just
make you know.
yeah, sir. I say if I am going down, my
Come
let
like
me take the
John
whole
Wick.
land. I'm looking at it. I
Why?
have to go down the whole land and come with
Because I understand the sentiment, boy. The cost now outweigh the reward the man side answered.
so on there. So which part of Portmore you say live again now, Raji? Which city? That's why I remember them.
Information from the media. No worry, soon shoot here. Soon shoot here. I don't want the paparazzi and pop up on me and
I
take
cannot
pictures.
believe Bradshaw made me draw my red. Bradshaw, of all people, made me draw my red. Not even Doc. I expect this behavior from Doctor.
Why did
I
I
expect
say
this
that was
behavior
so
from
bad?
me.
No, but
Potted
no,
plant.
I mean,
Outright.
no, but I mean, I've said this before.
I apologize for those who took offense to that last line because I mean I was
You're not wrong though.
I was playing, but you get me. I mean, all right.
There
For
are
those of you who
instances where you're not
know
wrong.
where I'm coming from, because you not have an ugly friend them who swear to God them a Prince Charming and them is some Sleeping Beauty or Cinderella. Me and you know so them no look that hot, but what? You know you've seen them in the club shooting
There are
down.
dudes.
People know them can't get.
There are
I'm
dudes
just
with
saying.
money that are, as we would say, JC, them warm in the face region. Them warm like the Portmore summer sun on a Sunday at 12 o'clock midday.
Yo, your money make people look 10 times better, you know.
Very warm in the face. But because I'm not money, them things them an artist thing.
As Kevin Samuel said, I mean, he's ugly, but he ain't ugly. Ugly. That's what money does. That's the power of money. He ugly, but he ain't ugly.
Exactly.
The money. You're ugly, and the money.
And the money so you have to struggle either you're ugly rich or you look good and poor. Struggle you can't have the two of them.
We can't all be bold and beautiful.
In addition, you have some females where just because a bunch of thirsty dudes have approached her.
Yes. Oh yes.
Like
those
confidence is
does not
there.
Not
so you
stop her
look at
from
confidence. Them shit can make party. Them shit can make party. You look at cut it that short though. Some
And
of them,
bro, you can legit just be asking for directions. Excuse me, can you tell me where to find the corner shop or this place or that? Excuse, I have a boyfriend. I don't like you. You're not on my lip.
Joey, a girl dropped $20. $20 up here. Me with my bright and fierce self. Say me gotta be gentleman. Heck up her money. I said, excuse me, miss. She turns. I'm start stretch. She never wait for the rest of the word them come out of me mouth. So me I stretch the 20 was you. Ew. I was like, what? Why are you giving? Why are you stretching that to me? Oh, never mind. My bad. Then I walked away. So, one lesson that we learn, class. Sometimes it makes sense to be quiet because something very important could have just passed you. She literally walked away with my $20. And then from my workplace, I watch her walk up and down and look for the $20 now. I mean, just stand up there and laughing at myself. But hold on, what would you do, gentlemen? Would you have gone out there back again after she said ew? And I'm like,
I'm not do it. I'm not.
I wouldn't.
I'm not even being
Call me
petty.
petty.
I just
wouldn't. Call me petty. I didn't go back out there. And she
not
spin like
even being
yig.
petty, but I wouldn't like. That's too much.
Like yig.
I have
And then time that she start look for me. Let me make sure girl on her back. So she can't. She know which store I'm working as well as walk girl on her back. I was $20 richer. She learned that and she learned to listen.
My tolerance of hearing certain nonsense from females. Ask Dowie. Dowie, he has heard the best of me when me a be savage at GC already. Certain things just don't fly with me. Especially when me know that most of the females them not look too hot for look fun. You have to take a reflection mirror for kind of look upon them. Now one way, yeah man. They're on some bullshit. Or you, like say yo, you even look better on the dirt under my boot, really?
Alright. So, Dory. So, once if I bias your ass bias not this ras tonight. Me I wait to see if I bias you in this ras. So, me I wait to see what I go on.
Give me a warning.
You look at me once, Rasta. You look, you want and you want at least one more. Say, well done. Backside. Next. Moving forward. Go here, yo, keep that. Listen. Keep that. So.
And petition for the red card. My God.
I know, right? You feel fit tonight?
Alright, so let's finish off by talking about this. So I actually wrote down this point in the morning. I wrote down this talking point in the morning because it's something that I've been thinking about. It's something that I kind of struggle with, and I legit saw another podcast talking about it. I think it was the Roommate podcast. I don't remember which one. I'll have to check because I saved it. Where women will sleep with a deadbeat man, a womanizer player, whatever, and then teach their son to not be this man or to be better than this man. But the issue is going to be usually the type of woman he's probably going to love is going to have similar personality traits or character to his mom. And if he's not the type of person that his dad is, how is he going to attract this woman? And you're not telling me be better than my father, but
well, you make it seem well. So he lives with both his mother and his father.
Come again?
No, the way how you structure the sentence, so he has both parents in his life, right?
I'm not sure if his father was around or was a deadbeat, but
okay.
It's a case here.
I mean,
like his mom was saying, all right, don't be a player like your dad. But his question is, but you slept with my dad.
Yes.
The apple doesn't fall far from the tree.
Kevin Samuel, perfect example.
Hold on. And then he went further. You're saying to be a nice guy, and the woman of my dreams will eventually come to me.
Oh, that don't work.
I'm last. No. Even if she does come to me, I'm last on the list because she has to go through all. She has to kiss all the frogs before she finds a prince. She has to go through all the fuckboys before she settles.
Yep.
You got pregnant with my dad, and he is a fuckboy. So why don't I just? Why do I have to wait at the back of the line? Why do I have to purposely be the nice guy to wait at the back of the line? Why can't I just
test the water to the true?
I can be first, second, or third.
Soulmate come.
Some water go make you drown.
Well, here's the thing, though.
Because
for a man to take on the approach of his father means that he'll be taking on everything that comes with it. You understand me? And I'm not going to pretend I witnessed my father be a playboy and it never worked out for him. And this man was smooth. Like this man was smooth when him talk. You feel me? But it didn't work out for him. You can't have it all. He wanted a perfect partner that would never have a issue with him going, and she didn't really have a problem with him going out. My father told on himself. When he got drunk, he told on himself. My mother didn't even have to try too hard. Dude was drunk and dude called mom's the wrong name multiple times. And she's like, come here, Andre. Mom, it's just sort of right there, so. And then she talked to him and he called her by the wrong name. She said, they're far from a name, dog. Yeah. I mean, it's terrible because you don't want confirm that, yeah, she called him like.
One of them family member named Mama Carl. Sure.
True word.
You dig too far in the barrel to find an excuse. You're so better. Sorry.
Man,
You get what it got get.
man,
You take your hand out of the barrel, Reggie.
man, brother, man. Miss,
Oh, man,
and it's not one, and it's not one. This didn't happen once or twice. You feel me? When this man got drunk and he started arguing with my mother, she normally poked and probed him, and he answered because what I'm saying. What I'm saying? What? When you're drunk, what if your heart where you well want to say, can come to your mouth.
A drunken heart speak a sober mind.
Somewhere along those lines. For those of you who understand what that means, it means when you drink and you get intoxicated, whatever you've really wanted to say, it tends to just float out of your mouth because you have no more inhibitions. You understand me? That part in your brain that's supposed to tell you, I don't think you should say that. It goes night and just passes out, and then everything flows out. There's no filter.
Well, I guess me drunk all the while then.
No, you just a special case, Majano.
No, oi.
I cannot. You just a special case.
Let it be known.
Special
Let it be
case.
known. Let it be known.
That's special case. That's special case.
Whenever Rajiv is drunk or if he is sober, Rajiv doesn't care. So Rajiv, go tell us straight. You see me?
When I'm drunk, I can't speak patois,
Honestly, I don't care no.
and
Honestly,
I am
don't
the
care,
most
bro.
secretive person
talk to you.
ever. Like you'll never get anything out of me when I'm drunk.
Wow.
Honestly,
I will
don't
lie
care.
my ass off.
Wow.
Honestly, I don't care, but me nah go sugarcoat nothing for you, and me nah go kiss nobody else. And I go tell you how it is. If there's something wrong, I say yo, you're wrong. If there's something I like, I tell you, I like you, I tell you, I like you. What you gonna do? Don't like my back, don't like you already. So it is what it is. August
when?
what it is. 6
August when?
Independence.
Hey.
6 August Independence. Yes, I gotta tell you how it is. I mean,
So hold on. So if you live at that, that's what I ask you. All right, cool. All right. So let me say this.
Yo, Ratcha. No, before we continue, we need to stop. Yeah, go stop it. You need to relax.
What am I saying? Hold on. What did I say this time? Hold on, all right, no way. You have been quiet. What did I say a while ago?
I didn't really hear it properly enough.
Man.
Right, maybe it's my tone. Is it my tone? All right, the tone, right?
It's not the tone. What this man asked you a date, and the man say, yo, you think that's the reason? I say, this brother.
Anyway.
No. He said something Independence Day. That's why I made that comment. Like, you say, oh, August 6th, Independence. I say, think that's why I ask you.
Yeah, but there's something out there. Say I'm a man for one of the best day.
What? What? You know what? It's true. I'm not going to answer you right now. Let us continue because if I answer
yeah, let's continue. So again, I was saying a lot of these women are like walking oxymorons. they lived this life, they did this thing, and now they're telling their son to do the opposite.
And
But
you need to
I mean,
understand something.
but hold
You
on,
need to
and
understand.
in addition,
Oh,
because I
sorry, sorry.
also had this in my notes, and the guy like verbatim, like he said it verbatim. The nice guy that you're telling your son to be, he grew up seeing you not giving these guys the time of day.
Yes.
He grew up seeing you hold off or hold out on these guys.
Mm-hmm.
If they want to go out with you, you're always busy, or you just go out with them but when you're bored, or you go out with them on a whim. You would withhold sex from them, but like a dude like your father, bust it open with just a phone call, no dinner, no movie.
Yeah.
Same thing for your daughters,
Yeah.
and you expect them to be different, or you want to say you're telling the kids to do as I say, not as I do,
That's your pick. Your pick wrong.
and kids are going to imitate you.
Oh,
Some
sir. You look you hold on it. You look on it. You look on it from this one part. There are parents who actually want their kids to go down that dark road just to test their sick theories. I'm not just putting this only on women. You have men who do
Yeah,
this
man.
to their children as well. Men do this to their children too. You understand me? The only reason why more people like, oh my God, it seems so more because women are the emotional one. Them men have already been demonized long time by society. Shoot,
Yeah,
a man, I'm say, well, I not. Men have been demonized so badly that you can do something good for a child, and all it takes is just the wrong perception when you do it. No matter how good the act is, as long as the wrong perception has been interpreted first, every good deed you've done immediately dies after that point. You're a monster. Even if you save 27,000 lives, you're a monster now. That is dangerous to me. That is not reassuring as a man. For a man who wants more children, because I want a son, and
um, I guess the reason why it doesn't look all that bad on men is because we kind of accept the demonized the stigma. Kind of just go
I
with
never,
certain stigmas.
sir, I never did, sir, I never did, I
No,
never
like
did.
even like a decent or half decent guy, if he's
Mhm.
viewed in a certain way, it's like a lot of guys is just like whatever.
Yeah, they make an accept. They make an excuse. If I like for example, right? I remember one time I was talking to this Indian girl, right? Years ago. This was when I was just started rugby, and I had the I was like 6 months into rugby and karate, so I was well jacked, right? So went by our house, we were just sitting there shooting the breeze, and relationship came up, and I became the well of knowledge because then I never know what I was. But anywho, I'm not a well of knowledge, so yeah, I'm not. I'm just in case somebody think I'm being egotistical. No, I'm not. It's just I didn't know myself then, so didn't know I was growing. My mature self mind was coming into play before time, so I'm not acting like I was so smart. But sorry. Moving on. So we're there discussing about relationships, and then she goes, "Honestly, Andre, I don't understand. I just don't see myself with a man like you, like like me. What you talking about? I mean, it's nothing wrong with you physically. I mean, you are damn good. Damn. And yeah. She drooled a bit, but when this is her real her reasoning, because she has had so many bad experiences with men. Even if I genuinely was a good man to her, like in every shape, form, or every way, right? Because of what happened to her, she would purposely sabotage the relationship, and then she would feel like trash because she has done this before. plenty of time. You know what happened to that woman right now?
Self-loathing.
She's 30, she's 31 and she looks like she's 45 now. Yeah, I'm
Yikes.
sorry. She's Indian. She's
Yikes.
Indian. When the old stick decided to hit her, it hit her brutally. When Indians start age the right way, it just drop down upon them. So them look young for tell them like 35 and then they just wake up one day and like everything wrinkles just appear out of nowhere. Like the wrinkle fairy approach them na them dream. Right now she's 31. And when I spoke to her, she moved to Florida too. She lives in Miami. When men are talking, she's like, "Oh my God, I've been living here so long, and we should just meet up." And something is telling me to, but anywho, so the conversation started to go off, and I asked her, "So what you do here? What you plan to do?" She's like, "Oh, she feel like she ready for a baby," and I'm like, "Cool. So you plan on marrying and then bring the baby?" She's like, "No, she's planning on raising it by herself. She don't. She need a man." I'm like, "Hmm. Have you seen yourself?" I'm sorry, but I mean, and I get where Mr. Samuels, when he run off his mouth, you can see why himself with himself. She thinks she's 21 still. Like she really thinks she's 21 still. When she was 21, she was drop dead gorgeous. I mean, I was there, but she thinks psychologically she's still 21 or she's 25 or something. It hasn't sunk in yet. All the things, all the perks, all the privilege she used to get, when she's young, cause that girl did go on planes. Yes, she been on planes, jets, yachts. She's done things out of the Kama Sutra that I don't think me and you were flexible enough to do them things there. She's done a lot of stuff.
I can flex.
Nigga.
But the point is, God, I'm gonna know this sound weird, right? But no, say God put man in front of her. I've met two of them, two great guys, and I'm a dude. You feel me? Great Negroes, well successful, like her off. And she didn't hook up with none of them. Hot girl, someone till she's 31. Hot girl, someone crash and burn when it hit the wall now. Hot girl, someone don't exist. Exactly. And I mean, it hurt me because I grew up with this chick. I grew up with her.
No, I said cruel son. I don't know, reference, but I mean, it's unfortunate, but sometimes like the choices we make in life comes back to bite us in the ass. Not literally, but like I'm convinced if most people had a chance to go back in a place where they thought they could make a different choice, even though you have different scenarios it could play out. But sometimes some people just play their hand very wrong. Very wrong. And men, women, teenagers, all of them. But it's not what you do, it's what you take from the lesson. And most people now take shit from the lesson, them just did they say, oh, it's okay. I'll get back to it another day. And then another day comes and you're wrinkled.
Yeah.
Rough.
And I don't want to lie. See, this is why I still believe therapy is necessary. Like, I really do. I'm not try to convert nobody. That people don't declare what they believe already, so good for them. But I will say this. What were we talking about? Yeah, my mind.
Topic?
For that split second, I lapsed. Yeah.
Yeah, you want about the broad topic?
All right, go ahead. Let's see if we can catch back from there. So.
Yeah, so the broad topic women who are being walking oxymorons where they friend zone decent guys and quickly and easily sleep with players, yet are teaching their kids to do the opposite.
Mm-hmm. Hold on, no. Let me give you an I mean, I have a lot of stories. I realize I've lived some life apparently.
I
Not
love
enough, but
I love how you do what I do and you learn from other people's mistakes a lot of
yes,
times.
yes, I do. And I don't. There's this test that I did years ago, and I did it recently again. Um, I really don't love the thing, but if it's true, well, so be it. I forgot the test, but it determined that I was on what's something called an INTJ. Um, is a classification of thing like 30 or 40 something, and is a set some numbers of questions like 100 or 200. It was 100 no, like 60 questions, and they're structured a certain way that how you as a person can only get the answer. You choose the answers how you would do it, not because of how you think it should be answered. And
Like a
believe me,
psychological evaluation.
yes. And you can look it up. I forgot the name. The name, if you look up, like there's more than one of them. They have the ENTJ, you have what do you for them? But the INTJ is the person who is a thinker, always thinking. But the only difference is I don't overthink. I think a lot, but not overthink. I know when to shut my brain off before it overheats. So I'm just saying. But yeah, as an INTJ, we are constantly stringing scenarios from current all the way back till we were like five in the fifth grade. We use different scenarios to make sense of the world. We are always making connection through our experiences. We're always thinking. We're always planning. We're always, we are the guys who line up how our life is going to be structured ahead of time. Yeah, understand? We normally have a blueprint of what we are aiming for in our head, long time when it comes towards life. But I'm trying. I forgot the name of the test, but I think you all should really try it. I'll get the name for you. It normally has links to the test. It's free. It's like 60 or 50 questions, and I think I'm not sure, but the whole heap of question you answer. And it tells you based on your answers. It's also based on your feelings, your mind frame, a whole lot of stuff it questions. Excuse me, it's very fascinating. I think you all should try. I'm gonna get the name for it, but I I've met a few people who have thrown away, pretty great lives, relationships because of the ideologies them fall under, but where contradict what them believe, scorely believe. I mean, I knew I all right. My my ex, last one, she held on to an ideology by her mother that wasn't hers to begin with. But now, as I grew older, I realized her mother warped her to believe it. But the point is, when she got old enough to understand what her mother was doing was wrong, she chose to stick by it. So she consented to the foolishness. But then we'll find out later, say, oh, it's all about pleasing her mom, which entirely destroyed her life because her mom told her she don't want no dark skinned grandchildren. I was like, what?
Here we go again.
To your ex's mom.
I think. Wait, did he mute? He's not muted, right?
Repeat that.
I'm saying I'm giving a red card to your ex's mom.
Oh, she does. Oh, she does. I don't know. But no, but here's the thing now. She embraced it so hard that she now has 3 kids by 3 baby daddies. And on top of all of that, now she's trying to find someone, and she made it quite clear it's like hell now to find somebody in the country where she live in, because no guy in a serious relationship. And I'm like, I wouldn't say that. I mean, yeah, I still care for her, but if I was to do this the right and proper way, I would have tell her the truth. You've got 3 kids by 3 different daddies. Which man is going to take you serious? Be honest with yourself. And I mean, she can take it, but then she's the kind of person, she'll take it initially, and it will sit on for days, and then when it finally soak in, mash her up. You understand me? So, yeah, I mean, I feel sorry for her. I'm sorry, I'm not sorry. If you understand what I mean. I'm sorry, I'm not sorry. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the reach. What it relates to she. Sorry, I'm not sorry for you. Because when I noticed what was happening and I tried to throw her life preserver, she wanted to do it her way. Because she had Frank Sinatra. No. Every guy wants to just, smash and dash now. And I'm like,
All right.
I mean, well, I know. I told her, I'm say, you have male clarity, you know that, right? She says, yeah, I know that, which she shouldn't. But when a girl is forced to take on, a man position as never help take care of the whole family, that's what happened. You literally become super mom. To be super mom, she has to act like a man. She has to act like a man. Now her femininity is being stripped away, and I'm like, that's the one major perk you still had that could probably land you even a decent kind of man. Your femininity. Sure. I know men who've been with women who have more than one penny. So, but those women push themselves. They knew how to take care of themselves. They know how to say that, being feminine is something that you have to do. It's not something that you think about to do it. She's changed. And I told her, yo, so even if I wanted you back, I mean, how could I? I don't sleep with dudes. What do you mean by that?
True.
No, that's what I told her. Oh, well, I'm saying.
I'm saying it's too much for.
I told her, I don't sleep with dudes. She said, what do you mean by that? I'm saying, listen how you're talking to me. And then I'm like, all right, go back to, and then so she's like, oh, I mean, I can turn on it on when I'm like, yeah. It's not so easy. Maybe she could pull it out because she's been feminine most of her life, but the odds on there, no, it's not in their favor. No matter how much you don't like it, them favors. I did like this young girl came and challenged me one day at when she came to do her hair. So she's trying to tell me that women are going into the STEM fields in America, like they're going in numbers, and I'm like, I said, love, even at the best, the number that you're talking about is still too small. She said, what do you mean? I said, there isn't a 1% of women in STEM even till this very day. There isn't a solid 1%. She's like, really? I'm like, yes. It's like a point something. That's how bad women do not want to learn the sciences and maths and engineering because it's hard. Women like simple jobs. I'm sorry for those of you who are offended, but it's the truth. Traditionally, women like software jobs. But the problem is, they like software jobs, but they aren't soft anymore. Majority of them aren't soft anymore. I'm sorry, but when a woman looks at a man and say, "Yo, you good? All right." How? How is that appeal? Come on, yo. I'm not the only one that thinks this way. And even as women suppose can say, "Yo, oh my God, why does she?" I know. I've heard. Although them don't say it out loud, you can hear them whisper. Oh my God, why she behaving like that? Why she act like that? And even when a woman, huh?
I'm not trying to prove a point that doesn't need to be proven. I remember I said the same thing when we were in the GC. No, remember the day when I said this same something say to a specific girl. She was tough as nails, big tough rugby player. But me tell her straight to her face and she never liked it. I'm say you're being a man because you think you need to prove that you're tough. That's complete bullshit. And she thought, what's that because me soft? I mean, I said, say what you will. You're proving a point and you're destroying your entire life before you. I see it there. I wasn't wrong. She ruined the
There
one
you
good relationship. She ruined the one good relationship about it was with a woman, but the two of them separate. Don't you know women attack? Don't you know exactly women are? To this day, every single day they post for a status, post all this nonsense, and I'm just there looking at it and I'm want to laugh, but it's just so tragic. And I said, yo, be for me, as big of an asshole as I am, you can't laugh.
is that sad? Is
Yeah,
that?
it's not funny.
It's not
Just
funny. And I know even when I'm discussing my ex and all the things that she got through, what she put me through. Like I know, like I won't be. I'll be honest with you. I was bitter for years towards her, and a part of me, I'm still kind of bitter towards her because, all right, let me explain why. You know that one good girl that you think would have escaped all of this now this chaos. She's that one good girl from my community. This is why it ticks me off so much. If she was like everybody else, it wouldn't have phased me one bit. I'm talking about an intellect, Dowie. I'm
mhm.
talking about us, a female version of one of us. We can more than hold our own in a conversation. Shoot, COVID-19 are going right now. If ever, although I'm not supposed to be talking to her, long story. Anywho, uh, again, long story, but
Another day.
Hey,
yes.
you're the one with work tomorrow.
Who tell you? My wife called me and I'm there to talk to her the same way. You're
No,
right.
because I legit said 15 minutes and that was like 8 minutes ago.
Wow, you're paying attention, you bastard. Anywho, but yeah, I don't take any pleasure in knowing that they are hurting. And then to see the end result of what a bitter woman can do is truly evil. And
Ah.
put up on this nonsense, a woman can't be evil. That girl's mother destroyed one. That girl's mother destroyed two good children who didn't ask to be born. I consider that spite. The mother tried for my ex first father. He was a cop, but him realized say social idiot who want to use him for money. So he died. He died. So she stuck with her. She can't tramp on the father, and the father's family never liked her from day one. So she tried with the second kid's father. Him family realized that she are the one who use him. Him couldn't see it. He had him that wrapped around her little finger, and he died. And the woman decided to live her life again through her daughter. Insists that she have to get that money man, that rich man. that light skin, pretty baby, because she wanted light skinned kids, and my ex didn't come all that light skin, and her brother, worse, didn't come that light skin. So she wants what she wants. So even at the cost of destroying her own child's life, she doesn't care. And I'm like, that human being. Cruelly even. She stole her daughter's life from her, destroyed this naive child's life, trying to please a woman that could never have been pleased because she couldn't get it right herself. So instead of just letting her child live her life, she told herself, if she can't have what she wants, neither can her daughter. That is sick. Utterly sick on the. Uh, Yo, like I said, I'm sorry for her, I'm doing sorry for her at the same time.
Understandable.
Because years ago, I warned her to leave. I'm like, yo, I get it. It's your mom, life rough and whatever, but take my foolish advice. Not every love is a good love. You have love with evil undertones in the word, yeah? But
Yup.
most, but she don't know that. I make it where she's a female. Sorry, her emotions are tied in.
Mm.
What the hell was that?
What the hell was what?
I heard a sound like somebody's slippers, and me turn on to kick out somebody's teeth. So
Bro, you live in Florida. It's a lot of weird stuff and weird people. Please go inside.
I'm about to. So that's why I walk up and down, come out of the car. I'm about to go in and try salvage how much minutes of sleep me have left. Anywho, but I must say on this topic, I mean, I hate that it's so easy for one side of our race and one side of our gender to be completely misled so easily. It's scary because these are the first teachers of culture. Women, they hold the keys to how most children view themselves and view life. Believe it or not, enough people don't know that. This is why it's scary to me. That's just me. It's scary because a lot of people are willing to sit back and watch good people destroy good people and nobody's saying anything. Well, that's just my piece, yeah? Well, gentlemen, it's been real. I
Yep.
enjoyed our time.
Yeah, we'll continue in the next topic. We're gonna do relationships again next week.
Oh, yes.
I had another talking point to go with this, but I mean we're at the 2 hour mark basically, so
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna edit and cut
people
something.
need to. People are working tomorrow. I think I'm
Yes.
working Wednesday.
Yeah, man. I've
Wednesday's my
written.
day off, but it's not my day off because I have to bring my daughter to the doc. Well, no, I don't have to bring her. Yeah, I still have to bring her to the doctor.
Yeah, me
Oh,
have
Lord.
people written driver's test to go do 11 o'clock tomorrow. Today.
Oh yes, and
Yeah.
you start out your thing. And I think Rajiv is out. He's been out for like 40 minutes.
Come on, dog knockout, man.
Yeah, well,
And
you
plus,
kind of, I tell you, say,
Yeah,
he
he
go drop
texted us in the group still, but damn. But yeah, so ladies and gentlemen, thank you again for tuning in. Remember to follow us on our social media platforms. Controversial Topics JA on Instagram. Controversial underscore topics JA on Instagram. Controversial Topics on Facebook. Uh, controversial Topics on YouTube. You can comment, like, subscribe, give us some feedback if you want us to talk about something else, if we missed a topic, if we were too biased or picking on women too much. This is kind of why
Yeah.
we want the females
Or,
on, so we do
or if you just want to call out who
And
needs to be.
ladies, just let it be known, right? I know some of what is said was said, you know, in a joked way, but it's coming from a good place. You know, I want y'all happy. Like, at the end of the day, we all want y'all happy. Like, but we want y'all to come to a realization that it takes two to make it work. That's all I'm saying, yo. I want y'all happy too, but you have to come to this arrangement in good faith. That's all I'm asking for. Like I've said on the podcast, I know good people who have been hurt and their lives have been destroyed. I get no pleasure in this. This topic actually is affecting me more than I thought it would. That's just me.
Yeah, it kind of hits home for some of us.
Yeah, yeah, it does.
All
It
of
really
us.
does.
I think next week, may I talk about that
Yeah,
topic.
yeah. I'm down.
Yeah,
Anybody can.
talk.
Yeah,
Stop
Yeah,
having
come
the
on.
more.
look on your face and talk.
No, I know,
Mm-hmm.
about, I know some no one that about because Bradshaw is giving knowledge. I want to take in as much knowledge as possible. Don't want to
Mm.
interrupt with my, well, don't want to say petty, but my, that the relationship,
Yeah.
they want to go talk, but it ain't pretty.
I mean, I get that. I get that. It's not like I'm saying my ex was perfect. She did stuff that, you know, to this day she regrets.
Bruh,
But what?
bruh,
That's life.
bruh.
Walana. They regret it now. They regret it now. But that's
Oi,
life.
I'm not going to lie.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to act as if now in the best thing since last week. Because I'm not gonna lie. If I was how I was, if I was back then how I am now, I mean maybe, but the writing was on the wall, and my particular actions that day, yeah, it set for a little part. But getting
Well, by
cheating
the
and
way, next week when you're expressing yourself, sir, try to hold back because you sound like you want to jump and punch the screen. You know, you see the person piece, you go spank. Oh crap! Yeah, so withhold. I can tell you want to talk, but you
yeah,
can tell
I will
in
keep it.
this.
I will
Like,
keep
he has
the
to formulate the words in a proper way first because he doesn't want to just explode.
I get it. I get it, my boy. I get it. I mean, listen to me. Listen to me. This is the refined version of the story here. This is years
Obviously.
of tearing and growing and realizing, you know, I had to let go. This is the
no.
But for
one.
you,
Oh,
for you to
I
my
understand.
stuff.
I
You
understand.
want no, you should have heard the the version when I was in my 20s. Brother man, every 2 or 3 words is a profanity. Every word a profanity. I couldn't make an entire sentence without profanity attached to it. That was how upset and hurt and as again, even when she came back to Jamaica and we met up, she said it out of her own mouth. She's psychologically prepared for what's about to come next. And I'm like, what you mean? Who's the backside? Who?
Listen,
Anywho, no, math. Yeah, hey, keep your
bro, you
boy
are
touch.
like the Australia of America now. You got
Bruh,
weird animals and weird people.
bruh.
Well, Australia doesn't
Oh,
have weird people, but the animals,
Anywho.
the only good thing about Australia probably in barbecue and rugby. Nothing else. Everything else
the
about
people are okay, but the animals.
brother. Me no
Okay.
want for me no want for dip on my patio and me a kick back and me look to my left, me just say a snake I eat one bat. Me I say like I didn't sign up for this.
Bro, you could be going outside to take out the rubbish and never return to your home.
Yes. Yes.
You see a Komodo dragon from Jehovah's Witness. Would you like me to tell you about our Lord and Savior, Shenron?
No.
I turn and walk in and then. So open the door and just pull the door back up. The guy will just say,
It's,
right, this stuff.
it's his house now, it's his wife now, it's his kids.
way, I can't keep the wall of them, man. If you want me deed and the rent and everything, give all the keys them if you want. Scratch that.
Yeah, I think we have to end it on a more
Yeah.
light note because it's been real.
Yeah, we have to laugh. We have to laugh.
But as usual,
Yes.
I enjoy our discussions. Don't know we are brothers. You see
Me
me?
too. Mm-hmm.
But
Realize Doc's not go gym now, so he's wearing a marina.
just cool now. Just relax now.
Go to
Just
the podcast, you know, showing off the shoulders.
I try to get back to our level, you know.
Wow. Everybody jump on the improvement.
It's been 1 year and 2 months without rugby.
I mean, I've heard that it's done wonders for the mental side of the man's life and all these things. So we want to jump on the bandwagon quickly, you see me?
Sir, you need to also remember, I'm going to open a company. I need the body for work them long hours there. Like Mr. Samuels put here. In 12 hours there, 14 hours. Me have to have the physique
Well,
which can keep.
Well, as
Just-
Mr. Samuels also put it, you cannot be short and fat. So I have also that to work too.
True.
God when a shot. No matter at least all them do so shoot.
Bruh, if you four will meet up, I know if you're fucked me, I shot it out I four. I can guarantee.
Well, I'm shot of the head away.
Yes.
No?
Wow. Oh, right to me.
Either that or we're up on the same height. Either way, I feel shot.
Yeah, probably the same height, if anything.
Oh,
But
shoot. All this time I thought you were tall, bro. Anyhow.
I could only wish.
Yo, even tall people have problems to scratch
Yeah,
them.
man, they have to have, bend their backs to not hit the wall and all these things.
None of that. Every time I'm on kiss the woman, I'm have to literally bend 3 feet just to go down to it again. Tall people have problems too.
Why? Yeah. You know what? Next week, that's the way.
Thanks, gentlemen. It's been a pleasure.
So we are now signing off, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you again for listening. Love you, love the support. Stay happy, stay blessed, stay awesome. Take care.
Yo.
Oh. I'm going back to One Piece. I'm getting
Yeah.
one more episode because I have to jog at 5.